If you're a motorcycle riding enthusiast, you know the thrill of hitting the open road and wanting to capture every moment of those epic rides and road trips. And if you are into capturing motorcycle adventures, you probably heard the buzz about the all-new Insta360 X5. But if you're already capturing rides with the X4, is it worth shelling out the extra cash to buy the all-new X5? Or if you have neither one and you want to get into that 360-degree footage, should you buy the cheaper X4 or upgrade to the newest X5? Well, I've been testing both cameras on my motorcycle rides, and we're going to break it all down for you. In this video, we're diving deep into the X4 versus the X5, focusing on what matters most for motorcycle riders: image quality, ease of use while riding, and battery life on the road. And for full transparency, Insta360 did send us this X5, but they didn't tell us what to say. So I'm going to go ahead and give my honest opinion on all the pros, the cons, and everything in between when it comes to recording the X5 for motorcycle road trips. And before we get into it, the only thing I'm going to ask of you in return for all the work put into the video is to hit that like button for us. It'll help the channel, and don't forget to subscribe either. And if you're looking for the best roads to take by motorcycle near you, check out our website over at greatmotorcycleroads.com, where we have the free Google Maps links. And if you're looking for bonus features to help you plan any motorcycle trips, join us over at Patreon. There we have exclusive bonus motorcycle ride videos, tutorials on how to plan motorcycle trips, and the GPX files you can download for every route. So let's kick things off with a quick refresher. Unless you haven't watched a YouTube video in the past 5 years, you've probably noticed the Insta360 products have been a game changer for riders and vloggers. Since the X4 release, they've been offering this 360-degree video in a staggering 8K format, along with great battery life and solid stabilization for bumpy roads or adventure riding videos. The X4 is also pretty rugged. It's waterproof at 33 feet, and it pairs really well with practical accessories for motorcycle riding, like the invisible selfie stick, which is great for that drone-like footage. In my opinion, Insta360 has been making the best cameras for motorcycle rides, not only because of their versatility, but also all the amazing ways you can mount to get camera angles that you simply can't get on an iPhone or a simple point-and-shoot action camera. The X5, released earlier this year, keeps the 8K 360-degree video, but has a few noticeable upgrades, including a larger sensor that's much better in low light, a built-in wind guard, a better battery, and a few other features we'll be getting into. But at a hefty $550 price tag compared to the older X4, which you can get a little over $400 at this point, is it worth buying just for the upgrades? Well, let's break it down. For motorcyclists recording their rides, image quality is super important. You want your footage to capture the scenic motorcycle road around you, the vastness of the horizon, and every detail of that epic sunset ride. Both cameras shoot at 8K at 30 frames per second and 5.7K at 60 frames per second. Now I know what you might be thinking. Isn't 8K a little overkill? Especially if I'm just uploading my videos on YouTube, which currently maxes out at 4K. Well, it's true, you don't need anywhere near 8K to upload YouTube videos. But here's the thing. The higher resolution lets you punch in more during reframing. That means if you're using the 360 mode, 8K gives you more flexibility to crop closer to the bike or even road signs, and when you crop in that much, you can still do it without losing any image quality or pixelation than compared to if you were recording in a lower resolution. So that's the argument for 8K. But one thing you may not realize until you go ahead and export a video is even if you record it at 8K, the maximum the camera lets you export for a video clip is 4K. And that's true whether or not you're exporting in the phone app or in the Insta360 Studio on your desktop. So the question I find myself asking is, why am I going through all the trouble of recording in 8K, which takes up more file size, drains my battery quicker, when the camera will only let me export in a maximum of 4K? So is the whole 8K thing a gimmick? Well, let us know what you think in the comments below. So how does the X4 and the X5 compare when getting motorcycle riding footage? Well, the X5 is pretty amazing right out of the box. This is how it looks just turning on the camera for the first time without any color editing or filters. The colors are vivid, the clouds are extremely detailed, and the riding footage looks great. Here's side-by-side footage of what the X4 looks like right out of the box compared to the X5. These were taken just a few minutes apart, so the clouds are not identical, but there's really not a tremendous amount of difference between the two. But the X5 now comes with an adaptive tone feature. With this setting on, it improves dynamic range by boosting brightness and color in real time. With adaptive tone on, that's when you'll see some differences between the X4 and the X5. In my test, there is a bit of improvement with this feature on. The shadows are a bit darker on the X5, and the image is a little sharper, but it's really not a drastic difference between the two. And the X5 has ND filters as well, some for bright extra days and overcast days. But I noticed with these lens covers on, you'll see a glare when you swing the camera angle around. It's where the two camera lenses meet to get that 360-degree footage, but I find it's a little bit distracting when you're editing for that dynamic camera angle when you're riding. So when it comes to image quality, here's the main difference on whether or not you should upgrade to the X5 over the X4. The real standout is the X5's pure video mode. The X5 uses the same technology on the Ace Pro 2, and it's a game changer for night rides. It does this by using AI software that makes low light footage brighter and clearer, so your dusk or dawn rides will look cinematic. The X4 struggles a lot more by comparison in low light, which often shows more noise. I tested both on a night ride, and the X5's footage was noticeably sharper. You can actually see road signs here and details in the shadows. But image quality is not the only important thing when it comes to recording motorcycle rides. Practicality is the key. Riding a motorcycle on a road trip isn't exactly gentle on gear. You've got wind, rain, vibrations, and the occasional gravel stones. The X4 came with removable lens guards, which protected the lens for when you're carrying it around, but even Insta360 said you shouldn't really be recording with them on because you'll often get these kind of sunspots and some glare showing up in your footage. A lot of times I would forget they were on, go on a long riding day of recording, only to see later on the shots had some problems in my footage. The X5 has more durable glass lenses that are more drop resistant than the X4's, and instead of lens covers it now has a replaceable lens system. If you crash or scrape a lens, you can swap it out yourself. No need to buy a new camera or send it to a camera shop for costly repairs, which is a lifesaver. In the durability category, the X5 is waterproof to 49 feet, which is 50% more than the X4's 33 feet. Better waterproofing is good for riders who are recording in rainy climates or those unexpected downpours. So if you do get caught in the rain, you don't have to worry about the X5 getting damaged at all. Another big win for the X5 is the built-in wind guard. Motorcycle vlogs often suffer from wind noise drowning out your voice or the engine sound. But the X5's multi-layered steel mesh cuts through wind noise way better than the X4's stick-on wind muff option. I recorded at 70 miles an hour on the freeway, and the X5's audio was a lot cleaner. Both cameras work with Insta360's amazing motorcycle accessories, like the heavy-duty clamp and the U-bolt mount for secure handlebar setups. With all these clamps, you really never feel concerned that the camera is going to fall off at any time. The invisible selfie stick is great for those epic third-person shots. If you don't have a drone operator capturing you riding, well, this is basically the next best thing. Although you do want to be super careful if you're riding on any roads that have low-hanging tree branches or leaves when you have it propped up this high. The X4 can be mounted in all the same ways except for one important detail. The X5's magnetic mounting system is the same on the Ace Pro 2, and it makes swapping setups a lot faster. I do love this feature on the X5, it just feels much simpler to snap on. The older X4 just has the screw-in for mounting. It's not that big of a deal, it just takes a few extra seconds to get it secure. If you've been mounting the X4 on your helmet, just know that the X5 is a little bit heavier, and both cameras are heavier than the Ace Pro 2 or a GoPro. But the bottom line is, when it comes to mounting to record your rides, both cameras deliver. But the X5's faster magnetic setup and sturdier lens gives it a slight edge for riders who switch mounts often. On long road trips, you're going to want to have a camera battery that can keep up. The X4's battery lasts about 135 minutes at 5.7K, which is solid for shorter rides, but the X5's battery stretches to 185 minutes. That's nearly 40% longer, and the great thing is it charges to 80% in just 20 minutes. So if your battery's running low on a ride, you can take a quick coffee break, and you'll be up and running in no time. The gesture control on the X5 works fantastic, and it's still one of my favorite features with these cameras. You don't have to fumble around trying to find the record button, just raise your gloved hand to stop or start recording. The older X4 did give me some trouble sometimes with this, but it looks like Insta360 has improved this software because it works much better since using it on the Ace Pro 2 and the X5. So is the X5 really worth buying over the X4? If you already own an X4 and mainly do daylight rides and you're happy with the footage, you probably don't need to rush out and buy an X5. The X4 is still a fantastic camera. The daylight riding footage is really not that noticeable compared to the X5. I do like the X5's replaceable lenses over the lens cover option, but again, it's not really a game changer. The other noticeable improvements is the wind guard, which is much better than the X4, and you'll have cleaner audio and longer battery life. But honestly, the X4 battery never felt like it was running out quickly while I was on my rides. But the upgrades do justify it for the type of riders who want the best image quality no matter what conditions, especially if you're riding at night. If you've already got the X4 and you're mostly recording daylight riding and you're happy with the results, I'd stick with the X4 for now and see what Insta360 rolls out in the near future. And if you don't have either one of these cameras, you will not be disappointed if you buy one. The X4 and the X5 are still the most versatile cameras in the world when it comes to recording motorcycle rides. And with the 360-degree capture, this will be the most fun you've ever had recording and editing your videos. So what do you think? Are you sticking with the X4 or are you going to upgrade to the X5? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you found this video helpful at all, hit that like button for us, it'll help the channel, and don't forget to subscribe either. Hey, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.